is Eduardo Alves, Rebecca Fontana and Ana Júlia Brandão, and we want to be President of the United States. Now we will talk about the First Amendment of the Bill of Rights. That talk about freedom of speech, freedom of press, and freedom of religion. We can start now.
Throughout history, religion has become important in American culture. This is due to American remote colonial past. Today, the United States continues to receive thousands of immigrants developing different religions in the country. The religious pluralism has collapsed in the United States due to discrimination between different religion groups. Moreover, according to Paul Legendre, representative of Human Rights First Organization, the United States failed to protect the freedom of Muslims because of its onslaught in the Middle East, causing trade between different religions and generating tolerance against this group of people. Therefore, we will take steps to end this. In this way, we can create a law that promotes the rest of people who are religious inertial through weekly police surveillance and denunciation of the population.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about freedom of expression and more specifically speech freedom. So the history of speech freedom in American history started in the year 1976 when the Constitution was created based on the Enlightenment concepts, and that guaranteed freedom of expression and freedom of speech for all people. So, however, throughout history, this right has been blamed on part of the population. For example, in the process of ending slavery, the people who were in favor of the liberation of black people being enslaved was being reprimanded in some regions of the country. However, nowadays this right has been used to improve the way of living of the community. So, today the U.S. Suffers from extremist groups and which have been hiding their hate speech behind the excuse of a freedom of speech. These extremist groups aim to exterminate and end social minorities, thereby preventing the rise of expression of these people, and consequently, some people reproach the opposing opinions, thus carrying out attacks and extinguishing social minorities with contrary opinions. Thereupon, these people commit and attack the freedom of expression with these attitudes of trying to repress social minorities and spreading hate speech. So how do we solve this? How do we solve this problem? In order to combat the lack of freedom of expression for social minorities, it is necessary to make laws that counteract these attacks against these minorities and their expression, freedom of expression. With a more rigorous way in implementing classes in schools to discuss and talk about ethics and morals, and in these classes try to talk about respect and freedom of speech. So we can teach and spread to the young people how to really respect social minorities and guarantee them full and complete right to freedom of speech.
Okay, now I will talk about the press freedom. How the press freedom work in the United States and of the history. The media is characterized by a legal liberalization view, following the principle that the market and public opinion should be the regulators of the contest. The audiovisual communication industry, however, is legally bound to maintain a quality of education contest and the agencies that can act rigorously whenever there is a large-scale perception of abuse by the media. Donald Trump in the last years chose to free the press as an opposition party. In the present logic, some reporters do not ask for questions to defend the public interest of knowing, but only to undermine his authority and undermine his politics. The U.S. president considers newspapers and minds of the people. Not all, 80% of them, Republican arts broadcast sympathetic to his government. Thus, the broadcasts opposed to him have no ability to fight with those favored by him. One of the broadcasts that is favored of him is the Fox, and he helped the Fox own it and talk with them. Finally, how we can solve this problem? In this way, we need to change this drastic situation from a weak monetary incentive to all television broadcasters, from the distribution of taxes, thus avoiding some kind of monopolization of the media, consequently developing the freedom of principle of thought of our country. However, we will regulate content in order to avoid offensive content to certain people and encourage the transmission of educational content to the population, as stated in the Constitution.
So, thank you for your attention. Thank you for hearing us and our thoughts. We count on your vote, and thank you.